What's going on, guys? My name is D. Anthony with Evolution Traders. In this video, we want to really talk about how to stop missing trades. Okay, so missing trades happens to all of us. Missing trades can really start to mess with your psychology because it can kind of, it can kind of put a little bit of a damper on your confidence level. It can put a damper on your P&L. It can just start to weigh on you the longer you go without correcting this issue. Now, missing trades comes from a number of different reasons, but one of the biggest reasons why you miss trades is based on the fact that you are scared to lose money based on the previous trade that you took if it is a loser. So if the previous trade you took was a loser, or it got stopped out, or you broke even, and then you get another setup, you tend to miss that trade because you overlook it. You get into what I call cherry picking trades, right? So when you cherry pick trades, you're trying to pick only the winners. In trading, that's never going to happen. You're never going to have a 90% win rate, 100% win rate. Just because you have a strategy, use some type of indicator, have some type of understanding of supply and demand, you have some type of, edge that you're using, does not necessarily mean that you can pick winners only. Sometimes that's just the name of the game. That's just the way that the market goes. So you're always going to have those losers. So the first step is to identify that you're always going to lose regardless, right? Whether you want to hear that or not, there's going to be people out there that are going to tell you that if you understand this strategy, if you understand this concept, if you follow this particular indicator, you can be in winning trades more than you're going to be in losing trades. That's just, quite frankly, not the point. So the main issue that we need to address is missing trades. If you are missing trades, you have to understand first that it's all psychology. That's all emotions, right? So again, what's in your trading plan? I want to really drive home that if you do not have a trading plan that has a clear set of rules, a clear set of reasons why you're going to enter the trade, why you're going to exit the trade, either for a profit or for a loss, then you are never going to stop missing trades. And if you're never going to stop missing trades, means that you're never really going to be consistent, means that you're never really going to take active payouts unless you get lucky with some type of windfall trade, some type of big move based on news, or some type of lucky trade that you get into and you just hold it and it runs all day. What we're looking at here is the NQ chart. What we're looking at is the start of the open to the close. I have a particular strategy that I use. It's a short-term trend trading strategy, meaning I'm looking at the 20 SMA. I'm looking for those candles to close over and under. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you guys know the setup already. So based on my particular setup, I would be looking at this candle as my reason why candle. My stop loss would be here. Okay, my stop loss would be below that 1 bar. Now there's two things that need to happen once the setup kind of presents itself to you. You need to quickly ask yourself, what is the risk based on this particular trade? Is the risk worth it to me? Now, if the risk is not worth it to you and you let the trade go, it does not mean that you get into the trade at a later date because it's starting to finally work. A lot of times I'll see traders let this trade go because of the fact that it's too big of a risk, quote unquote, and then they see it continue to work in their favor, and then they take a trade somewhere up here because they feel like they missed the trade. Next thing you know, the trade starts to pull back. Now they second guess their whole strategy and the reason why they entered the trade. They cut it for a loss. They come back later and they see that the stock is trading at a much, much higher price, somewhere up here, somewhere up here, somewhere up here, somewhere up here, where they realize that they would have made money if they just stuck to their initial kind of analysis. So if you have a trading plan and if you have a strategy that you follow, what you need to do is follow it each and every single time it presents itself. So the only reason why you do not take a trade is A, because you've been stopped out and you've hit your daily loss limit according to your trading plan, or B, because you're happy and content with the profits and you're going to come back and trade tomorrow. As long as you're sitting on the screen, you are waiting for your setup to arise. And when it arises, you must take the trade. No two trades correlate with a previous or a future trade. So what that means is just because your last trade taken on this particular setup failed does not mean that the next setup is going to win. Just like if you take one trade and it wins, doesn't necessarily mean if you take another trade, it's going to win. Get that through your heads first, and you're going to be much, much better off. Another reason why people miss trades is because they are simply trading too many strategies at once. You've got too many tools in your tool belt. So not only are you looking for this particular setup here, right, a close over the 20, but you're looking for some type of high of day break. Okay, so notice this high of day here at 8:05 in the morning Pacific Standard Time. I want you guys to also notice when the high of day gets broken here. So again, let's say, for example, you take this trade, it's a winner. You're looking for another trade based on another strategy, and you take the high of day breakout and it fails and it's a loser. Now you just had one winning trade get scratched by a losing trade on two separate different types of strategies, two different sets of indicators, two different sets of trades. Okay, so once this starts to happen, now you start to make up new scenarios and you start to take the short position. So you get into the short position. Now you're either scratch or down red, thinking that the move's going to continue down, and it stops you out as it moves up here. So not only did you take the losing trade on the high of day break, now you're into a trade because you think the market's going to reverse, and the market traps you and goes back up to the upside. So you start to put yourself in this hamster wheel where you're going around and around looking for new setups based on what the outcome has been of your previous trades. The more you win, the more you take different opportunities based on the hope and the idea of you're going to make more money. Or if you lose, you now start looking for additional setups to kind of get back the losses that were made. And what tends to happen is you start to let go, right? Winning trade here, losing trade here, you get stopped out here. And what starts to happen is you now don't take a setup, which is a close over the 20 SMA that's in your tool belt. You don't take this long position that would have paid tremendously because you're in fear of the last two losing trades that had nothing to do with the first winning trade, which is presenting itself again. So if you want to stop missing trades, you need to perfect one strategy at a time, work that in a series of 10, 20, 30, 40 trades, get your stats and your probabilities. And if you want to trade multiple setups, either A, trade them on separate accounts if you're trading for prop firms, or understand that when you do win trades and when you do scratch out, you have to understand at the end of day P&L is not a true reflection on your overall strategy, because if you're using different entries and different entries each and every single different trade, it's going to skew your probabilities. So the reason why you're not having confidence in taking setups that you've normally taken in the past is because you just quite frankly are trading too many different styles of setups. The average retail trader is looking to sit in front of the screens, looking to sit in front of the charts and just take each and every single play that arises. The more plays and the more trades that you take based on different risk to reward parameters and just different entry, edges and strategies is going to skew your statistics on the negative side of things. So if you do really want to be profitable, you need to hone in and actually become profitable, put money in your pocket, build your account balance, looking for and waiting for 1 to 2 things to happen in the market. And when I say 1 to 2 things to happen in the market, that generally means looking to sit and wait for 1 to 2 particular setups that you have a high success rate at executing when they present themselves. So again, as long as we're sitting in front of the screens, we are waiting for our 1 or 2 different setups to present themselves, and we are consistently taking those trades until we stop out because we've hit our personal daily loss limit based on our trading plan and our rules, or we are stopping trading on the day because we are profitable and we're coming back tomorrow. It doesn't mean that we're going to sit here and take each high of day, each short setup, each long setup, each new break of structure, because what you're doing is skewing the probabilities. So when you have a winning day, it's going to feel like you did everything right. And when you have a losing day, it's going to absolutely feel like you have no idea what happened in the markets. And when people have no idea what's going on in the markets, they tend to oversize, overtrade, over leverage, and blow their accounts and put themselves in a deeper, darker hole. Stop missing trades by looking for one or two things to happen and stick to that one or two different things to happen until you are profitable and successful enough to be able to build that cushion to be able to allow yourself in your trading account to take more trades on the day and take more risk. I hope this video makes sense. I'll see all of you guys on the inside at Evolution Traders when you guys decide to join. To everyone else, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys all later.